What's going on, guys? Cruzin Podcast. Today we're going to talk about House of the Dragon episode. Is this episode 9? We saw episode 9. Best show on TV right now. And I mean, like, you kind of watch each episode, and John Campea said this, like, you're waiting for like the bad episode.
But it hasn't.
And there hasn't. The weakest episode is probably the first one. But like, even like, it's not that it was bad. It was just like it's just gotten better since then. Like, each episode has gotten better.
Yeah.
And this show is honestly doing such a great job. It's really well written. Like,
the soundtrack.
So much. Like, it's crazy. What I love the most so far about this show, and you see it in this episode as well, is how much is being said or without really saying anything, you know? Like, how much is being shown about the characters or said about the characters with such little dialogue. Just, getting the certain reaction shots from a character in a certain situation, or one or two liners that establish just a whole, new standard for the character, so much being shown without being said. And I love how the show's doing that. It's not like, oh, well, and it's just like over explaining.
Rings of power.
Yeah, yeah. And it's honestly just, it's been great so far. The soundtrack, obviously, the characters are really, really well written. The drama, the tension. The one little thing that we had was on the last episode when Viserys, his dying
it was
words,
a little like messy.
It was a little problematic, yeah. Like when he tells Alicent.
But I guess the counter to that is like that's just Alicent being like she heard what she wanted to hear. Like
yeah, and I think also just.
And you have to move the plot forward.
To give Alicent something, so where she's just not a total like bitch, Because imagine if he died and she's like, okay, I want my son. Because before that, she had a good moment with Rhaenyra and stuff, which was a great scene as well. So I get it why they had to be a little problematic just to give Alicent something to work with, so that she's just not totally evil. Because I do think Alicent, there's still. She has a little bit of that good in her. Now she's just being driven by her ignorance, because she thinks, oh, no, Aegon. But even on this episode, I think she notices, I feel like she has a little bit of a, I don't want to say regret, but.
You can kind of tell, like, towards the end, she's like, was this a good choice?
Yeah, when she's looking at Aegon.
Because he doesn't want to be king. Even he was like, oh, it's spoilers, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta let people know.
Yeah.
You gotta let them know. It's like, hey, assholes. I thought it was fuck you. I know, because we didn't watch it on Sunday. And people were already spoiling the show. I was like, damn.
Yeah, no, I just didn't even go on Twitter. We saw it the following day.
No mercy.
Yeah, I know.
But fuck the Hightowers.
Yeah.
They if you really think about it, they're kind of the ones who started it.
Yeah.
Like, they've been the ones that are always kind of like.
They're just there. Always,
because,
and when we find out in the council meeting or whatever, when Alicent is like, "Oh, guys, like I heard this," they're like, "Oh, we've been plotting all this time anyway."
Yeah, we've been.
So, and I love the scene where I forgot his name, but one of the council,
that old guy,
that he stands up and is like, "You guys are fucking,
yeah,
crazy."
Really, but because it kind of shows also like you're basically going this route of fear. Like, oh, if you don't agree with me, I'm just gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And they were hanging the fucking people.
Oh yeah, they went full crazy. They went full crazy. The knights.
How do you think you're still in the right? And that's why I love that scene with the Kingsguard. I always forgot his name.
Kristen.
No, man.
There's but it was with a C. Not. No, it's Chris something.
That's Sir Kristen Cole is the fucking butthurt guy. For the last 20 years.
Killed the old man.
For the last 20 years, who's been.
What was the Kingsguard name? But it was with a C as well.
Sir Lyris? Fuck, I'm really bad with the names.
But the Kingsguard, I love when he just.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm not. This is not what I do.
Because this is not.
Until there's a king, let me know. Which there isn't. Like, these people are just. They're overthrowing the throne.
Yeah, no, the other guy
without Dragonstone, without anybody else knowing.
That Cole guy, he's still butthurt.
Yeah.
20 years later, he's still butthurt that girl turned him down.
Slept with her once. He wanted to run away. She said no.
And that must have been so magical for him that he could not let it go.
He wanted to run away, and she said no.
Yeah.
And then
he had a piece of
that
Millie,
was a great.
and that's it.
Yeah.
He couldn't let it go.
Once you get that a little bit of that Targaryen blood.
Yeah, Targaryen.
But it's been great. It's been so good, and
he killed that old guy, and no one didn't do anything. You got away with it. Yeah, and he killed him pretty bad.
And
too,
you see the when it's time for them to strike, just how evil they got. You know, they're killing people. Nobody can leave. And I think that's what made that scene so good with what's her name?
Rhaenys? Is it
Rhaenys or Release? The names are still a little confusing. The Corlius.
Yeah, no, it's Rhaenys.
Yeah.
Rhaenys. I'm really bad with the names.
They're the Valerians.
Yeah.
Which...
Yeah,
do you think Corlius is dead? Like, he went off to fight in a battle, but that kind of happens off screen.
Unless he's going to come back later on.
I think he comes back later on and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Type
he's
of thing.
Like, I'm back.
Because, yeah, that kind of happens off screen. I've always been a little like, what's going on here with that?
Maybe I don't know.
I think he comes back. But she had a really good scene of... because, I mean, her granddaughters are with Rhaenyra, you know what I mean? Why would she...
Yeah, I know that's a hot topic. Like, it's very divided, that ending.
Her getting the dragon and I get like what the writer said. I understood what they meant when it's like it's not her place to kill them. Like she doesn't have like from a morality standpoint.
Dude, I would.
But then they're like, oh, but people were like, but what about the casualties of the innocent people? And they're like, oh, but those are just civilians. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, because I mean, it's true. Like how the higher ups don't care about the nobles. Yeah. Like they don't care about the regular people.
They have no part in the story.
Yeah, like we'll kill you. We don't give a fuck. But when it comes to like the same level, like, I mean, honestly, I would have just hit Dracarys and like.
Yeah, that's it. Show over.
Like fuck it, I would have done it. I mean, fuck them. They're all assholes.
Yeah. I thought it was a good scene, like when she stood there with her dragon and basically said, "I could kill all of you right now for what you're doing," and chooses not to and leaves. And I like the idea of like, you know, Rhaenyra, she was gonna be queen, and they're taking that from her, you know.
And it's kind of similar to what happened to her.
And I feel like that kind of maybe clicked with her a little bit, like you guys are breaking this, like, you know, promise that we made.
And no one
this
really
oath.
believes what Alicent said.
It's too convenient. It's like
oh wait, his dying words was Aegon to be
when he literally like sick went on the throne to defend Rhaenyra.
Yeah, like he literally like would come on.
That was the last time everybody saw him.
Yeah, did you not see what he just did? Like he literally walked on his last legs.
So I kind of like that idea. I like that idea of
even the son Aegon was like, I don't want to be king. Like you even like he like this guy didn't like me.
And I like the dynamic with Aegon and Aemond. Like he's just like, I should be king. Like, you know,
he studied. He's a great warrior. He has the largest dragon.
He's a cool character. He's a cool character. He's a great character. Again, says very little.
He's the only one. Okay, you can stay.
Yeah, he says very little. I don't know. It's interesting.
And also, too, are they going to talk about this about the sister with like she's like a dreamer? Because again, she called it again.
I saw that on Twitter, like the 3 moments that she kind of calls it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, you know, when the mom comes in, oh, there's a beast under the dragon pit.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the episode,
she kind of just splurs random shit, and then it makes sense later. Because when she first said that line, I was like, what?
Yeah, so and that's what people were saying, that when Daemon killed that guy during the courtroom, when he called the whore and the bastards or whatever, you saw how she covers her ears, not like her eyes. Like people were saying, like that's kind of like maybe she was like hearing stuff.
No.
You know,
it's interesting.
I wonder gonna like, because she's been kind of on point so far. Because I know, and what I read up was like in the books, it just very briefly. But then they don't like I mentioned it once and just kind of forgot about it. So people were hoping maybe in the show they'll dive deeper
more,
like into, because she's been kind of calling everything so far.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but that's why I brought it up, because I saw that on Twitter. But I mean, I don't know.
Let's see. I don't know. I mean,
because Aegon was never really around. He was always like,
I don't know.
Because he never did. And then the dinner table, she said like, oh, you know, he's never around or blah blah blah.
Yeah. No, but it's been so good though because there's so many little things like that, you know.
Because
like
the Aemon, he's been the one that's like he's ready for anything.
Yeah.
He's been doing his job.
Yeah, it's
and it's also all about the high towers, all about the greens, the greens.
Let's see. It was a great episode. You really see
something. I have feeling episode 10 though.
Like that's just like pure evil at that point, like where they were just killing people who disagreed with them.
Yeah, I wonder, like, because I'm pretty sure it's very different, maybe in the books. Because it's if you really kind of think about it, it's kind of making the high towers look like the assholes.
Yeah.
But then like even though she has done bad stuff like with Daemon and all that, but they look kind of more like the civil ones, kind of like
it's like the lesser evil or whatever.
Yeah. So like I wonder if that's how it is in the books, or are they toning down her character a little bit, or maybe they're saving her for later on.
Because even when they in the book, or in the show when they faked this guy's death, the Valerian son.
Yeah.
They faked his death. They didn't actually kill him. So it's like they're giving them some sort of moral high ground.
Yes, they killed a random guy. Whatever.
Right, but
Gives a shit.
So, but you can clearly see the high towers are like out of it, and it's more. I think it's more the dad, because I feel like even Allison is kind of like, okay, like I'm not willing to go that far. I mean,
you're
far.
literally hanging people off the fucking.
And
keep.
he proposed to murder Rhaenyra and the whole family. Right after your friend tried having all of you have a peace together, and and you're like, oh, let's just kill her and her whole family. Where even Allison is like, I can't do that. Even not only because like her husband was Viserys, but Rhaenyra was always her friend, like childhood friend. So.
And also, Viserys, like he loved his daughter. Like,
yeah.
He didn't even give a shit about his kids.
So. I it's interesting to see because it shows how Otto Hightower is. Like he doesn't give a fuck,
Yeah.
And
he just wants his name.
Yeah. And Allison is kind of like, no, that now you're just
And that Aegon, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
He just wants to be loved. It's interesting. It's very interesting. It was a great episode.
Yeah, he wanted to leave. He wanted to just.
And shit's gonna hit the fan. And it's crazy how now is when. When shit is really hitting the fan, and it's the finale. So we have like 2-3 more seasons.
Yeah, because even though those twins of the Kingsguard, they were kind of fighting a little bit of like, do we really want this guy as king?
Yeah.
Like, do you really want this guy to be?
One does what he's told, and the other one is kind of like, yeah, I don't want part of this.
And that's why, he didn't even help his brother. He didn't even help him. He was kind of like, he let him fight.
I'm not gonna risk my life for this kid. That shouldn't even be king.
And also that scene when the fighting pit. Were those like bastards of Aegon? Because I have to rewatch the episode because they showed that little kid sitting on the floor with the blonde hair, and they were kind of like was it implying that he had bastards?
If he was always sleeping around and stuff,
yeah,
maybe.
I have to rewatch the episode because
there's a lot of little hints throughout the show
that you can miss. We have to rewatch it.
Yeah, they imply a lot, and that's what I love about the show. It's just so well written where it's like they're just dropping little seeds here and there.
And the preview for episode 10 is
it's gonna be crazy.
I don't know. I have this weird feel because the preview shows a battle between the Rhaenyra kid. Dude, he has Vhagar, man. The dragon is a tiny little dragon. Yeah. It's not gonna do much.
No, it's gonna be a great episode.
But it was just the ending where people were kind of a little divided on.
Because it's like, oh, so it was another problematic moment.
Is it better to just do it a different way?
I thought, honestly, maybe she had just fled on a boat. And, like, she goes to Rhaenyra and is like, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah, because
it's
a cool scene. It's a cool scene. But then when you start to... It's sort of like in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Where it's like, wait a minute. How did you... run past all these White Walkers to stab like the night like you start thinking, okay, wait a minute,
it's not very it's not very realistic, or it's just like, oh, so you're saying the show could have been over right here and then, but she chose not to.
And also too, like for her too, like, wait a minute, my granddaughters are married to her son.
Yeah, she could have ended it right there.
And I don't want my
yeah, she could have ended it right there.
Yeah, I don't want them to be in a war and end up possibly dying.
That's the only issue with that scene. It's a great scene, but it's a little problematic because it's like you had the opportunity to end it.
I would have.
And you didn't.
Just fuck it.
And you didn't, and you decide to go back. You go to Dragonstone, and then you see in the preview, she's like, yeah, this is what they're doing. I'm here to help you.
The Greens are coming for you.
Let's
but
go
it's
strike
like,
them. They're like, she's like, wait, you flew here with your dragon, you had a chance to burn them, and you didn't. You came here to tell me
I
so
get it,
I can go and fight.
Okay, it's not your war, but then
technically it is because
now you're helping.
Yeah.
So
it's cool. Like initially, it's cool, right? Because she's like, oh, I could kill you right now, but I choose not to.
Yeah.
That's cool, but then when you really think about it, you're like, wait, but you're going back to get ready to fight the war with them.
And previous, the Greens are coming for you. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But it's like, she's like, why didn't you just kill him for me? Yeah. Or, that's it. Like you would have ended it.
So, or maybe she didn't want to.
She didn't want that blood.
As a mother, she didn't
like,
want to kill a mother in front of with her kid, defending her kid.
Gives a fuck.
Maybe, I don't know, but I can see where it logistically it doesn't make any sense.
Fucking Lannisters did it.
Yeah.
Fucking stabbed Robb Stark's fucking baby.
But logistically, it kind of doesn't make sense. You're like, oh, but you had it. You could have ended it. That would have been the end of the show.
I don't know.
So maybe it was a little too big.
I think
if she had just fled with the knight on the boat or something,
or she gets her dragon goes somewhere else, and she gets her dragon and just flies away.
Yeah.
But like not in the keep at all.
Yeah, and maybe like they're fucking
or the dragon pit.
They're attacking her when she's flying away. Like, okay, I gotta flee.
Yeah.
Like with some
but
sense
I get it,
of
they wanted to have her like that. You know, that boss moment.
Yeah, but then it's like maybe she should have had some sense of loss where she has to escape, not like, oh, I'm badass, I could kill you, but I'm not gonna kill you. I'll just fight you later. It's a little problematic. Yeah. Like it doesn't make sense.
Especially like whatever happens after that.
Yeah, it's on her hands now.
Here's the first thing. What if your fucking grandchildren fucking die? And I was like, wait a minute.
In the battle that could have been prevented.
And he's like, wait a minute. I should have just burned them when I had a chance. Yeah. Like you had the whole family tree.
And they were, that's it. They were like, oh fuck, this is it.
Like they had the doors closed. It was like the perfect scenario.
That's like a season finale kind of moment. Like boom. You just killed them all. Yeah,
kind of like in season 1 of Game of Thrones, like when they, kill like Ned Stark and stuff. Yeah. So, or like either season 3 of Game of Thrones when they literally killed the entirety of the Stark family.
Right, it's like a Red Wedding type of situation. It could have been that, but then what do you do from there? That's it. Show's over. That's all your characters.
The House of Dragon, the Dance of Dragons, done.
Yeah, but that's a problem. Maybe they should have done a little differently.
Because when I liked it, but then I sat on it. I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I didn't know how I.
Is it badass? It is. It's like
it was cool.
It was that shift of.
But it's like you just killed like 80 people just breaking out of the floor, and but I mean I get it because they're regular people. We don't give a fuck about the regular people. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. Because at first I liked it.
Honestly, I thought
cool.
It was that. The two things I thought were gonna happen before she came out. I thought she was either gonna burn them all, or I had this really weird feeling that Aegon was gonna kill himself in front of everybody. I don't know why.
Well, like when he got the
before I was trying to figure out, I was like, something's gonna happen here, and I don't know why with Aegon, because like you kind of see what he's going through. I thought, he's gonna put the just as his last wave for like attention, that cry for help. I don't know why I had this weird feeling that they were gonna crown him, and then he was just gonna like look at his mom, look at everybody, and just with the same knife just gut himself because he didn't want it. Did he feel like nobody cared about him?
No, but
I thought that would have been his last.
He didn't want it, but when people started cheering his name,
no, yeah, that's when I was like, okay, never mind. But before that, I thought like when he was the way he was approaching everything,
he's gonna be an awful king. I could just tell.
Yeah. But like, I don't know why I felt that when he asked her like, oh, do you love me? And like all this, I don't know why I was like throughout when he was walking and going, I thought, oh, like he's gonna do the ceremony, and then in the biggest moment that he doesn't want, he's gonna kill himself.
Yeah, he's very similar to
that could have been an interesting moment.
Damon, like how Damon always wanted that love from his brother, like he just wanted to be needed. That's kind of what Aegon wants. He just wants to be like that with his dad and his mom. Yeah. But I mean, again, Alicent's kind of like bad. Like she doesn't really have like good way of like. She's like, oh, like what is it? He asks, oh, like, do you like love me?
And she calls him an imbecile. Yeah.
It's like, come on. Yeah. And he's gonna be a terrible king.
I thought he was gonna. That was the thing. Like, all right, he's gonna kill himself. like as just like his last like stunt, just like fuck this.
Nah.
That would have been. I was waiting for it. I was like,
no, I think like the way he looked, like with the sword, like cheering, whatever.
Oh yeah, and then when he saw people cheering, that's when when it mattered.
Now he's gonna be like, wait, I have all this power now. I can do whatever I want, and now he's gonna go like basically what he was doing before, but worse.
Yeah, right when they started cheering, and I was like, oh okay, he snapped out of it.
Yeah.
And then obviously she came out or whatever.
It's just that was the big like. To me, it was cool, but I was kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. I was a little like...
Never realistic.
Yeah. And because, especially like, wait a minute, my grandchildren are married to the person that you want to kill.
Yeah, like, none of your family's there. It's just you
Yeah,
there.
and not only that, but they literally want to wipe out Rhaenyra and her family. Like even that includes your grandchildren.
And they, like, gave you a choice to either join them or basically be imprisoned.
Yeah. Or die, whatever. So, that was one thing, and I was kind of like...
They gave her too much power there. That was too much of a victory. Because, like, you had a chance to end it, and then it's like in the Obi-Wan show, you know? Like, you clearly defeated him. You could have stopped it, and you didn't. It makes no sense for what's to come later. This kind of felt like that. Yes, you could say she had the moral high ground. She didn't want to this or that, or whatever. But at the end of the day,
the thing is, in Game of Thrones, it's really showing that doesn't matter.
And not even just that, but now you're going to Rhaenyra to be like, yeah, they're coming for you. We got to fight back. But it's like, but you were just there. So, but let's see what happens next episode.
And not only like you were just there, you had them in a closed environment.
Yeah.
With your fucking dragon.
Their eyes closed. They're ready to accept death. Because they were.
Yeah.
You know.
So.
But other than that, great episode. I can't wait to see the finale. It's gonna suck having to wait for the season 2. But
yeah, because I mean, what else happened? I mean, it was then looking for Aegon. That was like kind of most of the episode.
Yeah, that was the big, you know.
But I had to rewatch it because that fighting pit scene, I was kind of confused. Like, was that like Aegon's bastard, or because I saw multiple kids with blonde hair?
Yeah, because I think that's where he would go.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's what they're implying. I don't know. Again, it's like it's so much.
He's clearly not well. Like he goes to those things and he probably, you know, it's just a lot of messed up stuff. Because that girl that's part of the regular people was like, make this stop, or you know, we'll kill him basically. You know, that character is really interesting too because she's like involved a lot.
Yeah, she's like the little whisperer.
So
she finds out all her little information,
and they basically wipe out the spies, right? Alicent.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, about the Otto's spies, they burned the whole thing down.
Yeah, the guy with the feet.
He has a foot fetish.
Yeah. Oh yes.
I guess that's their agreement. Like, I'll do.
I
whatever
play with
for
myself while I look at your feet, and I give you information.
Very weird.
That scene, I was like,
really? Just the feet?
No boobies or
just the feet.
Just the feet.
You can leave me at the feet. That's fine.
Just the toe.
The toe.
Just give me the toe.
But yeah, no, I mean,
and you could tell like they done that multiple times because she just looks away.
Yeah. It was executed really well. Like again, without saying much. It's not like bad dialogue would be like, oh, again, yes, you know what I want. There's no dialogue. It's her being like, okay. Again, you can say a lot visually, and I love that. That's what the show does. Everything is shown visually,
and it kind of shows that he has the power over her. Like he kind of has like that power.
Yeah, because he has all the resources, and again, that's what I love about the show. It shows you visual storytelling. I love that. I love when a show or a movie does that.
That was a weird.
I don't want things just explained to me through dialogue.
Scene.
You know,
that was such an odd scene. Yeah. I was like, where is this going?
But I love when the show does that. Just there's so many examples of that. You know, the funeral scene, no dialogue, but you see everybody's looking at each other.
Yeah, I think the only thing I didn't really like about the episode was the ending. Like, I was kind of like, it was cool, but I was a little like, I don't know.
It's conflicting. And even the writer admitted it. He's like, yeah, I know this is going to have people divided because she could have just ended it, you know?
But then why?
So even they know that.
Like, why have it then?
But I think they just wanted to, they needed that big moment to end the episode, which I get it, but it's like, it could have been something else. Or it's okay, maybe it's okay to end an episode in defeat.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to have that. Because I get it, for each episode ending, like, you need a big moment. Like, oh, shit, what's gonna... That's what they call it, like, the penultimate scene. where everything just shifts the other way and then it ends. And you're like, oh, crap. I get that, but maybe...
Like, it ends with them, like, cheering, like chanting, like, Aegon.
And her
Aegon.
leaving and her escaping. And defeat. Is it as exciting of an ending, like, when she leaves on a dragon? But
it
makes
builds
sense.
for the
it
next
makes a little sense for the story.
episode. But it just doesn't make sense because in the preview, the Greens are coming for you.
It's like, wait, you got here with your dragon. You were in there.
No. And she tells me exactly where she. Like, I think Damon would be like, "You fucking idiot!
Yeah.
Why did?" Because if that was Damon.
Yeah.
And that was Damon.
No,
and
it's over. It's over.
Like
yeah.
exact situation. If that was Damon who came off all of the fucking ground,
knowing everything that she knew, that they're overthrowing the throne and
they're gonna kill. Like, he would have burned every single one. Like,
done.
he would just like, you're dead.
Show over.
I know he's really in the preview. He was trying to get that dragon.
Yeah.
Like he's doing that so that he can have that dragon on their side, like for the upcoming war. Like in the preview, that's what it showed.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Let's see how they handle it next episode. That's where I'm curious, to see how they approach it or if they mention it.
Nah, I don't think so.
Because
then the preview kind of like show that she warns them what's happening.
Yeah, but let's see. Maybe they'll.
But I mean, but you literally could have just killed them.
Yeah, they could have. But
that's where it's kind of like, wait, you could have ended it something different.
Yeah, no, but you know what? Besides that,
it was a great episode.
Great episode, great show so far. Can't wait for the finale.
And we gotta wait for who knows how long.
Yeah, I mean, what did you guys think of the episode? Let us know. What do you think of that final scene? Did you have a problem with it? Are you kind of split on it? I'm willing to forgive it, but it is a big like, the show could have been over by now. It's like that kind of moment. And if you have a moment like that, it's hard to forgive. And what's your rating of the show so far, 1 to 10? It's like a 8-9 for me right now.
Yeah, I'll go. This one, like,
in general, just up to now, like the show. It's like an 8 or a 9. Yeah.
Yeah, 8-9. But I'm saying, like, for this episode, it was a 9, but I think the ending kind of, the ending kind of brought it down to an 8.
Yeah, same here.
Because the ending kind of like I liked it, but I was a little kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, when you think about it, it's like, oh wait.
It kind of like, because some people were saying it kind of felt a little like Game of Thrones season 7, 8.
Yeah.
Like kind of like a season 7 where Jon like just get on the fucking dragon.
Yeah.
It's like, no, go, and then like it's like, why are you still fighting? Like the dragon's right behind you.
It takes you out just a little bit.
Yeah, it's like the dragon's right behind you, man. Just go on the dragon.
But let us know, guys. Let us know what you thought, and in the comments. And till the next one, thank you for watching. Goodbye.